What's going on, folks? My name is Joe, aka J to the OE. Welcome or welcome back to Joe Eats Games, where we talk about video games, food, nerd stuff, anything else that's going on in my life. The Nintendo Switch 2 has gotten a lot of flack recently because of their third-party developers coming out with game keycards. And today, it's a bit of a dilemma for me, honestly. At first, I was like, man, I'm not going to get game keycards at all. And then as I be a little bit introspective and think about it, I don't know anymore. And we're going to talk about why. Before we get into any of that, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and let me know in the comment section. Do you have a problem with game keycards? Do you not care? Doesn't even matter. Let me know in the comment section. So, before everybody goes, oh, he just loves Nintendo and everything Nintendo and all of that, that's not true. Especially if you checked out my last video, which was about Donkey Kong. I don't like it. Or it was just, it's okay. It's an average game. It was boring and fine. But that's a whole nother thing. And before we get into my opinion on the game keycards, I thought it'd be a good idea to just create a basis and let you guys know, just in case, if you're not in the know, what it is. So what's a game keycard? A game keycard looks almost exactly like, this is a Nintendo Switch 1, essentially, game keycard. It looks like the Switch card, except the data, the game isn't on this. So you have to put this in the system, and then it acts as a key that you'll be able to download the full game from the internet. And so if the game is like 50 gigs, then there's not 50 gigs on here, probably 1 or 2 megs, and then all 50 gigs will go into your system. So why does Nintendo Switch 2 have a lot more game keycards for third-party developers? Well, what seems to be the issue is that they only have one size for their particular cartridges, which is 64 gigs. And in the Switch 2, or in the Switch 1, they had like 2 gigs, 4 gigs, 8 gigs, 16 gigs, 32, 64 gigs. Of memory that you could install all those games in there. So third-party developers got to pick and choose which card they wanted to use for their game. So if you got a game like Puyo Puyo Tetris, which is like not even a gig probably, you could just use and pay for the 2 gigabyte cart and then put all the games in there. But for Nintendo Switch 2, they use a faster cart, and all they are giving the options for, I'm not really sure if there's even options for less, but all they're giving options for is a 64 gig cart. So if you're a game like Puyo Puyo Tetris and your memory doesn't even go all the way up to a gig, and the cart itself costs $15, the 64 gig cart costs $15 for you, and the game only costs $20, then you're really going into your margins like crazy. So for you, it's a good thing and more economical for you to do the game keycard because you're just not going to make any money. So I understand that. And so that's why third-party companies are using game keycards. So the big dilemma is, do you even own your game? You know, we just had the Wii U servers shut down, the 3DS shut down, the PS3 servers shut down, and you know, if you had a game keycard and let's say, I don't know, 10 years from now, you wanted to play that game and they shut the servers down, then you won't be able to download that game from the game keycard because the servers are down. So essentially you paid for a brick 10 years later. So I get it. You know, my dilemma is, as I think about it, I've been purchasing game keycards all along for the last few generations. Nintendo just kind of has the respect, or whatever you want to call it, just to tell you up front, you know? I mean, if we look at the Xbox, nearly every game in the Xbox Series X is a game keycard. I'm on Game Pass, so I don't even own any of the games, technically. I own a few, but they're all essentially game keycards. You're going to need the internet to download it first, and you'll still need a disc, and it'll play through that. And PlayStation, well, after some Googling, here are some PlayStation game keycards that you need to download from you need an internet connection to download, you know? Hogwarts Legacy, the 2 Star Wars Survivor, Star Wars Jedi Order, the Star Wars Outlaws, all of these say internet required. So they work just like a game key card. You cannot play it without the internet at first. Once it downloads, then you could use this disc as a key to play it. And then the Switch 1. These are two of my examples. LA Noire, Metal Gear Solid, Master Collection. These have very little data on these cartridges. And the rest you need to download from the internet. So I've been having game key cards all along. And I mean, I don't like it, but what are my options? If you've been following me for a while, you know that the biggest deal for me with the Switch is being able to take it portably so I can spend time with my son. So I can sit with him while he reads, sit with him while he plays, and be on the couch with him and really be next to him. We do parallel play a lot, you know? And then I can show him stuff, and he has Switch 1, and I play the Switch 2, and he shows me stuff. Like, it's a way we bond. And for my lifestyle, having a portable, let's say Hitman collection, is great for the Nintendo Switch 2. I just, I don't like the feeling that I won't be able to have access to it 10 years or 11 years from now if I don't have the game downloaded on my hard drive. And yeah, I know it's petty. It's a first world problem. But I wonder why also that it bothers me more now than it did before with these games. I did not hesitate getting Metal Gear or LA Noire or any of the other games that require a download. But I'm hesitating now. And so I'm in this dilemma. Like, I don't know what to do. More than likely, I'll cave. Because if at the end of the day, I'm inconveniencing myself. Though I hope they do change. Man, I don't know. I don't know. So that's where it's at. No resolution in this video. I'm just kind of telling you my thought process of why I'm even considering buying the game key card. Now, for a game like Hitman, I'll definitely wait for a sale. Or used. Something like that, you know. But, yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section. What do you think? Do you have this dilemma, or are you just like completely against game key cards? Or you're like, you know what, I don't care. Game key cards all the way. I'm going to buy a memory card and put it all done. I will see you later, or I'll see you another time.